Ha ha. You better choose yourself and let's get it. Welcome to another episode on the Choose Yourself channel. Now, this brother right here, he done been through it all, man. This next episode is really just him telling his story. I seen him online. That boy was eating some French fries and some water, and it came out a bag below his collarbone. I said, he was talking something positive into the microphone. Bars. I said, dang, we got to hear this man's story, because how do you keep a mindset like that? And some people want to complain about the weather. Some people want to complain about politics. People want to complain about the economy and still not do nothing about it to build their own business. But this brother right here done had 7, 8, 9 surgeries. Still found a way to keep the gratitude in his attitude. So if you're struggling to stay positive, you need to tune in to the next episode with my boy Cordero, Stewart. And he was perfectly healthy. This is what freaks me out. I hear stories all the time about people who are perfectly healthy, and all of a sudden some freak thing happens. Now, I don't know what his choices were leading up to this situation, okay? You think about LeBron James' son just passed out from a heart attack. Age 19, playing college basketball, been an athlete his whole life. I'm pretty sure he has all kinds of healthy shit in his house. And that's just one of many examples. Now, my guy was a personal trainer. He was a coach. He was a security guard. And I seen the before and after pictures. He was jacked. And he said he had some pre-existing issues that had to do with blood pressure. And then eventually one day he heard a pop, pop. That's what he said, pop, pop. And that was the start of a long journey of a lot of surgeries. He's a single dad of 5, and he lost his baby mom. And he going through this. Still keeping it positive. Still keeping the faith and the hope. Because it comes from within, and you can't go without going within. Now, you know when it comes to the Tefik, a lot of triggers can be pain, fear, self-doubt. And I asked him about it. When did you have doubt in this transition that you weren't going to make it? He said, as long as there was a chance. My mom had faith. My son was there the whole time, so I had something to live for. And you should hear the story, man. You know, I think it actually messed with his voice a little bit because he had a hole in his esophagus as well. One of the many surgeries he had. But you could tell his voice is kind of timid. Unless he always talk like that, but it don't matter. But the point is, some people start with less margin, less comfort, less oxygen, yet still rise with less complaints, okay? Adversity doesn't ask permission. Preparation determines response. It's what you do in solitude, what you're doing with your foundation, the time before and after your sleep. You know, letter F or the Tefik. And I tell you this, when that comfort and that convenience disappears, discipline is the oxygen. It's the work you do up until adversity that allows you to persevere. So this ain't about motivation. It's about the systems, and you know that already. And he talked about it, okay? He talks about the foundation and how he read about it in the Bible. The foundation is what keeps you sturdy through the fire. Come on now. There will be a trigger point of adversity and uncontrollables, and what have you done leading up to that point? Now, if you are ignoring early signals, it doesn't make you strong. It just delays the reckoning that is inevitable. Now, he had an aortic rupture, which have extremely high fatality rates without immediate intervention. And if you wear the mask through the warning signs, then the body will make the decision for you. The triggers and emotions are not punishment. They are signals for change, not a state of mind to dwell in. So think about it right now. What signals are you ignoring right now because you want to feel fine? Your back hurt? Your gut hurt? You got allergic reaction to some petty shit? Somebody keeps dogging your ass, manipulating your ass. You keep attracting toxic people and you're like, why do men suck? What if you the common denominator? Well, damn it, you suck. Okay, you better choose yourself to be chosen, like the book say. Tap in on Amazon. In your environment, when your environment strips your identity, what is left? Meaning, when your people stop praising your ass, when you ain't got no fancy clothes and fancy cars and likes and comments on Instagram, what is left? He went from gym flows and coaching roles to sterile rooms and dependence. What was left? His mindset, his faith, his foundation. Some of y'all relying on external variables and don't know what you would be when all that shit is gone. And that's the problem. That's why you got to choose yourself and tap in with the CYC to build what that is. Character development. Most people's confidence is environmental, not internal. But if you start doing the work when it's you versus you, when it's you in solitude, with your creator watching, then your confidence becomes an internal projection. And then people view you as confident because that's how you truly feel about yourself, because you saw you do what you say. So if you're struggling with that, tap into the foundation programs. We got more of those. Because the foundation is what proves that your belief was strong enough to make it through the fire, because the fire is inevitable. The rain is coming and you can't repair your roof in the rain. All right. The foundation is what you do when there is no reward loop. Foundation is what activates your delayed gratification. The foundation adds time on the end of your life. So you're going to invest it into yourself or you're going to waste it. Come on now. Now, when your routine persists, you increase your neural resilience under stress, not comfort. So it allows you to take the risk. All right. He had to rebuild movement, patience, and faith and connection with his family, his ability to eat, move, and walk. That's the foundation. Rebuilding that. Rehab, recovery, another surgery. Rehab, recovery, another surgery. Rehab, recovery, another surgery. Man, I had 5 knee surgeries and a broken ankle, but nothing like this. Internal pain is got to be the scariest shit. You know, I got Mama D and Big Greg, my dad and mom, you know, going through their own issues, and we all got to bury our parents. So if you don't have something to inspire your parents to choose themselves, we have the gut repair solution, and I'm planning on providing it to both of my parents. You can't negotiate with the pain. You either have the systems or you have a spiral down to your grave. Damn, that's not even funny. Just make sure you choose yourself so you don't die before your parents. Come on now. When the body can't perform, then the mind must lead. That's why you got to use your environment to create an experience to show your body what the mind has intellectually learned. So evaluate your mindful consumption so you don't teach your mind that you don't give a damn about yourself by keep going around places where you people pleasing and going outside of your intention. All right. Now, sometimes investment doesn't have to be time, energy, resources. It can be consistency, which is really time over time again, and time and time again. Without no one watching, though. Okay. Recovery always requires faith before the feedback. You should hear the story, man. He really went. I heard the whole story. He about to send me some pictures. I'm about to check them out. But you don't rebuild a house by checking Zillow or Airbnb. You rebuild it by going and getting the tools and the systems to start with your foundation. And a lot of people quit because they demand proof before the commitment. But the proof should be in your awareness, in your ability to set boundaries, and in the way you treat people under pressure. That's a few places you can find it. Come on now. And we all make that transition from private suffering to public purpose. It took me years to start to write my story and want to be able to contribute it and travel the world and talk about my grief and pain and trauma. I done talked about it so much, I'm sick of hearing it. Now I sound like a victim complaining like a little bitch. So now I formulate it differently. When I first started telling my story, I told all the details. Now I'm just going to give you little snippets to give you the main gist of it and then go into the choose yourself process. That's a new strategy. So tap in to chooseyourself.info to see where I'll be speaking at next and submit your request for me to come speak at a workshop near you. Now, when it comes to pain, okay, if it's not processed, it will become poison. If you share it, it becomes permission, because then you see that other people actually accept you and they relate with you. So you ain't got to hide that character that was built from your pain. If you hide your pain and you mask it, now you develop an A character for society and they expect you to be somebody who's not in pain because you ain't talk about your damn pain. You better tell somebody I ain't talk about it for 11 years and it fucked up my whole life. But now it's part of my purpose and it doesn't hurt so bad anymore because now I've used my pain to create a platform where I could talk to people like Cordero and hear about his pain. And now I'm like, shit, I'll take my pain all day over that. No offense, Cordero, but I'd rather go what I went through than what you went through. So salute, gratitude, and thank you for coming on this show. Now, understand this. You do not need perfect conditions to progress. You can start with your morning routine and your sleep. Stop bringing your phone to bed. The bed is for sleep, sex, and books. That's it. And this is what I learned in conversations like this. I talk to people who are paraplegics. I talk to people who have survived some amazing, well, really traumatic situations that made them an amazing person. But what I realize is comparison can be the thief of joy or a booster of gratitude, depending what you're focused on. Are you looking up or looking down? You're looking at the people that are in the struggle that you came from, or you're looking at the people that have gone through what you went through and have the life you want, but you forget they went through what you went through. What you looking at? I hope you're looking at your last version of yourself. Did you get better today? All right, then. Comparison should be the booster of gratitude. You should be looking at your past self. That's the only person you should be comparing to. I mean, you can learn things from people ahead of you, learn things from people who have failed, learn things from people who are doing what you want to be doing, but your life is not their life. Even when you do become successful, you probably won't do it the way they did. So put your own twist on it. And I got one question for you right now. Would you break if you went through something similar to this man mentally? I don't know. There's a lot of shit. And he got 5 kids, only child. Like, damn. He went from physical to immobilized. I'm like, that's a type of pain I ain't never had to deal with. I mean, I had to be on crutches for my surgeries and shit, but I could still hop around and shit. I could still have sex. I don't think my mans could have sex. It looked like nah. You got food and water coming out your chest. I don't think you should be having sex. You might drip your already been chewed food on her mouth. That's fucked up. I should have asked him that, but I didn't. Y'all can ask him. Tap in to Cordero Stewart. Dope guy, man. He wants to start expanding, speaking, and, starting his own podcast. So I'm going to try to help him with that. But in the meantime, in between time, y'all make sure you set the foundation and keep the gratitude in your attitude, because there are people healthier than you and younger than you who have not woke up today. So, God ain't done with you yet. Even if your life seems like it sucks, even if you're behind on rent, even if you ain't got as much food in your fridge as you want, even if you can't get that brand new pair of shoes, even if you didn't get as many shifts as you wanted to at work, God is not through with you yet. So as long as you stay grateful, you will get your blessings. In the meantime, in between time, tap in. Please leave a review. You can tap in with the CYC every Tuesday. We're in the middle of a challenge right now. 30-day challenge 3 times a year. No sugar, liquor, weed, porn, nicotine, caffeine. No gluten, no grains, no gambling, no video games, no dairy. And we fast for 24 hours once a week. I'm in the middle of my fast right now. It's hard at first, but it gets easy. And when you realize the benefits, you start to fall in love with it. So you're trying to tap in with the Choose Yourself community so you can really choose yourself and fill up your cup and then pull from an overflow. Shoot me a DM. It's Big Dream Hakeem. In the meantime, in between time, gut clean, routine time, keep the gratitude in your attitude and always choose yourself.